Statistics, the Honorable Professor Biman Prasad.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Leader of the Opposition, fellow ministers, Honorable Assistant Ministers, Members of Parliament, Bula Vinaka, and Namaste to everyone. Mr. Speaker, I wholeheartedly support the motion by the Honorable Prime Minister to thank His Excellency the President for his most gracious address to open the 2025 legislative year. His Excellency Ratu Nengamalalam Balabu, Naturangambale Natuidakau, and President of Fiji, deserves our sincere gratitude for his inspiring and visionary speech, which sets the tone for the legislative and governance priorities of this August Parliament. His Excellency, Mr. Speaker, is no stranger to the political landscape of Fiji. His years of service as a Member of Parliament, a senior cabinet minister, leader of the opposition and speaker have shaped his understanding of good governance, democracy and public service. We have no doubt that he is enriching the high office of President with the same wisdom, integrity and commitment to the Fijian people that have defined his leadership over the years. I wish His Excellency and Madam First Lady all the best in their term in office. Mr. Speaker, Fiji stands at a pivotal moment in its history, one defined not just by the challenges we have overcome, but by the opportunities that lie ahead, and 2025 holds great significance for our nation. As we celebrate 55 years of independence this year, we have an opportunity to reflect on our past and shape our future that is stable, prosperous, and inclusive. As a nation, we have always had great potential. We are strategically located in a peaceful region, close to our developed partners, Australia and New Zealand. We are blessed with abundant resources, educated and talented population, and a strong position as a regional hub. However, Mr. Speaker, we also live in a global environment like no other in recent times, which will have far-reaching consequences on trade, commerce, and international development across the world. The moment of extreme uncertainty in the global and far-reaching disruption calls for a national resolve that is rooted on our unity and on our shared sense of purpose. Yet, despite these advantages, our journey has not been without hardship. Political instability, periods of strained race relations, prolonged dictatorship, and a lack of accountability and good governance have hindered our progress. We cannot change the past, but we must learn from it. Political and national leadership, especially when entrusted with national responsibility, is similar to driving a vehicle, Mr. Speaker. We must at all times look ahead, but never forget to look at the rear view and side mirrors to see how we've navigated through the long, winded road, and at the same time avoid the kind of pitfalls that we may have encountered. And for the first time, Mr. Speaker, in our 55-year history, a government has successfully transitioned democratically from one group to another and remained stable beyond its first year, not having been born out of any political upheaval. We have taken significant steps to restore media freedom, uphold the rule of law, respect human rights, restore workers' rights, and promote bipartisanship both outside and within Parliament. These are the hallmarks of our mature democracy, and we must protect and strengthen them. Mr. Speaker, as elected representatives, we bear a profound responsibility in shaping the future of our beloved nation. It is, as His Excellency said, a house of hope, a place where bold decisions must be made to secure a prosperous and resilient Fiji. Our duty is to uphold the values of unity, democracy, economic progress, while ensuring that no Fijian is left behind. Mr. Speaker, His Excellency spoke about transformative leadership and bipartisanship. This, in our view, are prerequisites for nation building. It requires leaders to always put national interest above personal and political advancement. Honorable Sitiveni Rambuka, Prime Minister of Fiji from May 1992 to May 1999. And once again, Prime Minister from 24 December 2022 to date, is an embodiment of what His Excellency stated. A man ostracized, a man demonized, a man ridiculed, and reduced to planting vegetables for sustenance as a former PM, retained 23 years later to be elected as the nation's leader. It's quite remarkable, Mr. Speaker, say in itself. Honorable Sitiveni Rambuka has an unshakable vision that he did not shake even after losing a general election in 1999, not as a candidate, but as leader of his then party. When asked by the media if the 1997 constitution under which elections were held, a constitution internationally acclaimed and achieved by both him and Justice Jairam Reddy, Honorable Sitiveni Rambuka, without any hesitation, replied that the 1997 constitution is worth losing an election for. Mr. Speaker, as a 37-year-old academic, I too was part of the NFP line of candidates led by Mr. Reddy that was annihilated, but that's history. Honorable Sitiveni Rambuka gladly accepted the election result. So did the NFP and Mr. Reddy. Both went to achieve name and fame. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Rambuka is genuinely committed to bipartisanship. He mentioned A.D. Patel, NFP's founder leader, his successor S.M. Koya and Mr. Reddy. He also mentioned the Prime Ministers of our historical past while moving his motion. Late Justice Reddy and Honorable Sitiveni Rambuka did many considered impossible. Change the unjust 1990 constitution through painstaking negotiation, dialogue and consensus building. Both of them and their parties paid a heavy price at the polls. But they didn't blame the new constitution because the comprehensive review report was product of a widespread consultation never done before. Mr. Speaker, this is our time to do the same. Without and with painstaking negotiations, perseverance, dialogue and consensus building, we shall achieve bipartisanship to give Fiji a document that isn't imposed. Mr. Speaker said, His Excellency strongly emphasized on what it is and will be done as part of a consolidating economic growth. A strong economy must be built on solid foundations to ensure economic development is sustainable and long-lasting. The philosophy of building stronger economic foundations has guided the coalition government's fiscal direction. Before the 2022 elections and during our tenure in the opposition, we had raised constantly about the issue of public debt, which reached nearly 10 billion, almost equivalent to the size of our economy. This was a sharp rise from 2.8 billion in 2006, Mr. Speaker said. The fiscal situation, Mr. Speaker said, would have deteriorated further if not for the substantial budget support grants from Australia, concessional funding and from multilateral institutions, and over $500 million generated through the sale of EFL, Fiji ports and ATH by the previous government. These were one-off funds that should have been used to reduce debt. Instead, they were spent on financing unsustainable level of expenditure. So when we came into government, Mr. Speaker, we had no option. We had really little option. We faced a fiscal crisis. And if we had not done what we did in terms of our policies, we would have been irresponsible. And the pain and suffering of our people that the opposition is talking about would have been harsher and more difficult. We implemented essential tax reforms, including adjustments to VAT and corporate tax and the restoration of departure tax to raise government revenue. Some, Mr. Speaker, say in opposition suggest that tax increases were unnecessary. This is misleading, Mr. Speaker. Given the massive funding needs for rebuilding public assets, roads, water, sewage, healthcare, and education, tough decisions were inevitable. We simplified the VAT structure, moving from a three-tier system of 0, 9, and 15% to just two rates. 0 on 22 essential items, and 15% on all other goods and services. Mr. Speaker, said the last 3 days, I've heard constant words such as skyrocketing, uncontrollable, generalizations. Let me just give some fact check, which is very important, Mr. Speaker, because if honorable members come into this parliament and mislead and misinform not just the honorable members of parliament, but also the people out there, that is, Mr. Speaker, say highly, highly irresponsible. And I'll just give you one just recent example. Honorable Koya, Mr. Speaker, say, who is a former member of parliament, former minister, comes here and says that the National Development Plan is still in the pipeline.
Yes, Honorable Koya.
Honorable Speaker, I stand on the point of order 74, subsection 1A, sir. Honorable Speaker, that was brought up by me and I qualified it and it's been dealt with already, sir. I didn't make a misstatement, I actually qualified it. If it's been done, I apologize already. It's already been done, sir. I think the Honorable Minister now raising it again is unfair because if I had not qualified it, I understand. But I did, sir, and I think everybody heard that. I think that should be left alone. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Koya. I did accept Deputy Prime Minister's qualification of that. In fact, I did mention that he was withdrawing the statement.
Mr. Speaker, say the reason why I wanted to bring that up again was not because he withdrew. When I said the plan was launched, then he said, well, if it is launched, that's fine. I wanted to make this point very clear. It's nothing to do with what he said. The National Development Plan, Mr. Speaker, say, was launched on the 17th of September 2024, publicly by the Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, Manumakam Kumida, where the whole opposition, Mr. Speaker, say, was invited. The Honorable Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Rinesh Sharma, Honorable Ketan Lal, Honorable Naibal Arua were present. And, Mr. Speaker, say, on top of that, I had given a ministerial statement on 2nd October about the National Development Plan. And all I'm saying, Mr. Speaker, say, is that we have honorable members in this parliament. If they can't recall, if they don't know, if they're not sure, Mr. Speaker, say, then what do we expect? And more, Mr. Speaker. They said that we increased the VAT. As I said, you know, we did that because of what I said earlier. They conveniently forget that in 2011, VAT was increased from 12.5% to 15% in 2011 and stayed there until 2015. Honorable Koya said one more thing. He said that we've run a highest deficit since 1992, Mr. Speaker said. A quick fact check, Mr. Speaker said. If you look at the overall balance, I've got data here from 1980. If you look at just few examples, 1998, 5%. You look at 2001, 6.2. You look at 2019 and 20, 6%. 2 years in COVID, 11 and 12%. 2023, 2024, 3.4. 2024, 2025, 4.5. Now, these are the kind of misinformation, Mr. Speaker said,
Let him finish.
and lies that are being told, Mr. Speaker. Let me give another example. They said inflation is skyrocketing. You look at the figures for inflation, Mr. Speaker, say. 2011, 6.3%. 2023, 5.1%. 2024, end of 2024, Mr. Speaker, say 1.4%. This is the kind of lies and misinformation, Mr. Speaker, say they bring and generalize and say in Parliament. Imagine what they would be doing outside. In the community. This is precisely why we are saying, Mr. Speaker, say that honorable members ought to be a bit honest when they come. These are the facts. All they can do is just do a Google search and they will find the answers. Yet they come and lie here, Mr. Speaker, say. Mr. Speaker, say, the tax reforms that we've done, and my honorable colleagues from this side, Honorable Assistant Minister of Finance and many others, have talked about how this government has been able to deal with the inflation rate of 5.1% in 2023. It's very clear now, the Reserve Bank has said repeatedly, independently, that the effect of VAT rationalization has waned now. The inflation that we see is imported inflation. And, Mr. Speaker, they have actually completely, not one of them from the opposition, said that 22 items are VAT-free. Not one of them. Not one of them, Mr. Speaker, said. Not one of them have talked about all the measures that we had in the 2023-2024 budget. The increase in pension from 15 to 20%, back to school support, increase in subsidies for agriculture, sugar, increase in the price of sugar cane, all the other subsidies and support, including rice as well, including free education, free water, free bus fare, subsidized dialysis treatment, first home buyer grants, free legal, all these benefits are still there. None of them mentioned that we lifted a burden of $650 million from 53,000 families to give them the relief. None of them are talking about that. Mr. Speaker, say, this is what I was saying. This is the biggest hypocrisy we've had from the opposition. They've forgotten what we did in the 2024-2025 budget. Mr. Speaker, we said that we have done what we could in terms of supporting our people. Then we looked at the income side. In 16 years, under Bainimarama and Fiji First, minimum wages went up by only 68%. It is this government that has increased in 2 years wages from $4 to $5 from 1st of April. We gave the biggest increase to the civil service from 17 to 20%. Since 2017, they didn't have any increase, Mr. Speaker. This is the result of prudent fiscal management. Result of prudent fiscal management and important policies that we've adopted. I know the Honourable Minister for Health and Minister for Works, they've talked about all the projects. The Deputy Prime Minister, Kamkamida, has talked about the number of new projects. There are major public sector funded projects in the upcoming budget that will be announced, Mr. Speaker, which includes bridges, which includes the Nandi River flood alleviation project, and many others that we will be announcing in the budget on the 27th of June. There is a major transformation that is happening within EFL, where we are looking at renewable energy transition, and that itself, Mr. Speaker, will invite a lot of investment and create more jobs in the economy. Super port development, Mr. Speaker, we are looking at that, a number of potential projects are being negotiated. In the health sector, Mr. Speaker said, let me just conclude by talking about health a little bit. And I want to thank the Honorable Minister for Health and the Assistant Minister for Health. The amount of work that we have done in the last 2 years to fix the mess of 16 years in the health infrastructure. I was in Kandavu, Mr. Speaker said the other day, Bunisea Government Hospital, I was talking to the leader of the opposition, was falling apart. The Sori Health Center was falling apart. It is this government that has got the development partners that is now fixing it, Mr. Speaker said. Look at the schools. Look at the school infrastructure. It is this government that got the Australian government to do the report. It is this Prime Minister that has launched,
Order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
It is this government, Mr. Speaker, in Subanasori area, in the last 16 years, not a single classroom has been built. If you look at the school facilities, we had the guts, we had the honesty to get the World Bank, to get the Australian government to do an independent report. The CWM hospital, the first line in the Australian government's independent report says, years of neglect. Go and read that report. We have 27 projects now, Mr. Speaker, on board, and we are going to fix CWM hospital, and there are other plans. The new 100-bed super specialty hospital by the Indian government is going to start soon, and that is expected to be completed. So, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I will again want to thank His Excellency for his gracious speech, for laying out the vision and the foundation, not only for this parliament, but for this government, and also for the people of Fiji. And I want to say to the people of Fiji that this government has done a lot in the last 2 years, Mr. Speaker. There is a lot more to be done, and not everything will also be finished in 4 years because of the mess that we inherited from the previous government. And Mr. Speaker said, the reason why they don't want us to talk about what was there before, because they can't digest the fact that we have done so many things in 2 years to fix the mess. And Mr. Speaker said, it is very important. It is very important for us to keep talking about what they did, because as I said, we have to look back into the rear vision. Because if we don't remind our people and don't remind ourselves, we could make the same mistake that they did. And we don't want to make that mistake, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Order.